Charles Walhingford, back with another cigar pairing, and today we have a really nice pairing that I know is going to be outstanding. We have the Eagle Rare. It's a Buffalo Trace product. Eagle Rare Kentucky Straight Bourbon, and we have the Tatuaje Nicaragua blend, or this Nicaragua, the Tatuaje Nicaragua. What I'm doing right now, this pairing, especially with bourbon, bourbon is extremely dominant in flavor, so you need to have something that can stand up to as much flavor as this bourbon is putting out. So I have this Tatuaje Nicaragua. A lot of times Nicaraguan tobaccos can be very potent with flavor and with power. This is, I believe, a perfect scenario to or perfect pairing to such a strong aged distilled spirit. I got the fire pit going. It's a pretty nice night, even though it's kind of cool. I can't wait to really yield the results of this one. I'll get back to you once I'm really in the first third. All right, we're back in the first third. Let's talk about this cigar. This is a Tatuaje Nicaragua. Now, what we have here is the Corona size. So the ring gauge is pretty small, 46. For those of you who see a lot of individuals smoking on larger gauge cigars, it's not a sign that they know what they're doing. Not a sign that they don't know what they're doing, but it's not one of those things that, oh man, that guy he's on it. You get more flavor from the cigar when you have less filler. Filler is important, but the wrapper is the most important thing. Once you know that, you can get a lot more flavor out of the cigar, especially when I'm trying to get the flavors and pull the flavors out and analyze what I'm doing with another product, this aged distilled spirit. Now, also, this cigar was made in Nicaragua, blended by Don Pepin. Don Pepin blend. So Don Pepin, if you're not familiar, from my father's. So you have one of my favorite cigar brands with one of my favorite cigar brands together. It's a win-win situation scenario. I absolutely love this. This is working out great. Let's talk about the flavors. The flavors you're gonna have first an earthy, smooth creaminess. That's what's gonna hit you first, and then you're gonna taste a bit of molasses and hickory coming through also. This doesn't have my favorite profile of that coffee, cocoa, espresso flavor coming through, and that's fine. That's great to try something different so your palate doesn't get used to the same flavors and over again. It's very important in anything you do is to taste the different flavors. Even if you like a certain type, it actually enhances your palate and train your palate so you can taste what you like even more. And let's talk about the Eagle Rare. The Eagle Rare is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This Kentucky Straight Bourbon has 45% alcohol. So in the beginning, you saw me watering my drink here. Always water it. Anything over 40 APV, you need to water it and bring it down slightly. Also, this Eagle Rare is a 10-year. A lot of times, a good bourbon is a 7-year. A great one is a 9-year. A 10-year, spectacular. And this is spectacular. And to put these two together, oh man, this is working out great. Is this a perfect pairing? I think it might be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back into the second third, and we have probably a perfect pairing. Before I talk about this perfect pairing, I want to tell you a few things about this distilled spirit, this Kentucky Straight Bourbon. Like a lot of very good Kentucky Straight bourbons, this can be somewhat hard to find. So if you see it in your liquor store and you're looking for something else, buy it anyway. Buy it either instead of or in addition to whatever you're purchasing, because I guarantee you in a couple days it'll be gone. Now let's get to this pairing. Before I talk about the flavors, let me talk about the scent. The 2 scents. The 2 scents together. This is such an inviting aroma from both the Eagle Rare and the Tatuaje Nicaragua. It's just the scent that's being emitted right now is just lovely, lovely. But you want to hear about the flavors. The flavors melding together, making one great flavor. And the reason why this is going to be a perfect pairing is because it's Eagle Rare. It's always good. It's always a good sign. It's always something. It's going to happen spectacular when you have a nice lingering finish. A lingering finish makes for great pairing, because that flavor that's the most important thing, because it sits on your palate. You take a smoke, you take the draw, and it really lets you know, hey, I'm here still, and you're going to have a good time. So this is going to be a perfect pairing. The creaminess of this cigar with the earthiness, and the earthiness of this distilled spirit is almost gone. I need to refresh it a little bit. The earthiness here, they work together well. Both of these aren't overpowering, but the question is, am I getting a brand new flavor? I am getting a brand new flavor. Unfortunately, I can't associate it with anything I've had before. This is almost its own original flavor. So I can't say, oh, it tastes like chocolate cake and ice cream and everything else. It doesn't taste like that. It just tastes great together, and I would not experience this flavor together if I didn't have these. All right, let's get to the score. If this is your first time watching this video, a lot of times when people do cigar reviews, they talk about the thirds, the first third, the second third, and the last third. I don't go into the last third, only because, one, it would make this video a little bit too long, and two, if you have a perfect pairing in the first, or definitely in the second, is a perfect pairing. It's not going to get worse. It's only going to get better. So to get a perfect pairing, like I said before, they have to mesh well. You can't have any overpowering hints and flavors and notes. They're going together and they're amplifying each other. So that's number one. And a perfect pairing is the amplification of flavor, absolutely. But to get past the high 90s, 95, 96, and that's what I rated, a 96. To get to a 96, you have to have new flavors. As I said before, I can't tell you what this new flavor is. It's a smoky, candy, earthy flavor that's coming through. It's a smoky, candy, earthy. That's what's happening. And it's just, like I said, an amplification of both of these together. Now I think about it, there is something that I had before, and it's a little bit similar, and I doubt many of you have had it. Horehound candy. It's like a oaky, dark candy. That's what horehound is. It's a deep, and sometimes it's a candy that not everybody likes, but not everybody likes cigars either. So I will, again, 96, great. It's a great distilled spirit. Tatuaje, as I said before, you can't go wrong for the most part. And you got two strong, deep, rich flavors coming through together, making a beautiful symphony of flavors. One last thing I wanted to tell you, I failed to mention, this is a medium full cigar. So if you're new to cigar smoking, this may not be what you want to have right now, but if you prepare yourself, if you have 3 full meals and have this at the end of the day, just like I'm having right now, you can probably deal with this, especially because this is not a big, huge hunking cigar. That will help, and you won't go all the way down to the last third, and you'll be fine. Oftentimes I'll have a saying, I'll have a quote from a famous person. This time I'm not going to have that. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I just want to let you guys know, anytime you have the opportunity to sit back, relax, and have a cigar, you're winning. Life is good. Even though it's not maybe not as good as you want it to be, it's still pretty damn good and you should appreciate it. I'm definitely appreciating the fact that I can sit here and enjoy this, and I can sit here and enjoy this with you guys. So that's just the saying for today. That's the quote for today. Enjoy yourself and realize what you have, and be proud of what you have accomplished, even though some of these accomplishments, especially in a lot of societies we live in where we're always pushing, sometimes you got to sit back and think about what you have accomplished and what you actually have. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. If this is your first time watching, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Charles Walhingford. This is how I would spend my money.